You know, don't fear moving and migrating somewhere new because you feel like you won't have your things. There are resources available so you can continue to live a life that you used to live in, the way you used to live in it, at a more affordable price.
We just want to give this video to y'all to let y'all know that if you're thinking about moving to Merida, but you're worried about your stuff and you're like, oh, I don't want to leave it, don't worry about it. There's somebody that can help you get everything that you need to Mexico, if that's what you want.
What's up, teammates? We're back with another video for y'all, and today we are going to discuss how we got our things to Mexico from the United States.
Anytime you're moving from one country to another, it's always going to be, you know, a process. But this process wasn't so bad. It wasn't so hard. So we want to share it with y'all, just in case y'all got some stuff that y'all are trying to move from the States to Mexico.
And that's facts.
So as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
And make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss no upcoming videos. Let's get into it.
From D-Town to H-Town, you know that I got you, girl. Know that I'm gonna love you forever. It's my town and your town. Now that we're here, we gon' build this empire together. When you smile, I smile. As long as I got you, I'm gon' make sure that you smile forever. You're 2 down, I'm so proud. No matter the weather, we gon' pull through the storms together. You're my queen and I'm your king. You're my love, my everything. You have my heart and yours with me. I'm feeling like it's destiny.
Okay, so this process wasn't hard, but it took some time to find the right person that we were going to go with, person, company, entity that we were going to go with to bring our things over here.
And I think that's because we had some really valuable things that we just didn't want to get rid of. Like when we moved from the States, when we moved out of our last house or whatever, we got rid of a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff we was like, this no way can go in the trash. Like we have to find a way to get it to Mexico. So that was a process.
We had a whole storage unit full of items, and it took a while. A lot of contacting a bunch of different people, getting different quotes. Some places as high as $8,000, and it doesn't matter what you're bringing. It don't matter if you're bringing one item or if you're filling up the entire truck. That's just how much they charge. So it definitely takes a lot of research and due diligence. If you go with the first person or the first quote, you're gonna probably spend a lot more money than you have to. Luckily, Facebook and the expat groups really had some good recommendations for some people that was reliable and trustworthy, that really had good rates. So that's who we ended up going with. I don't want to say exactly how much we paid because it's a lot that determines how much you pay, depending on like where you're coming from, you know, how much stuff you have in a day and the time, and if you actually have some routes going that way. So, you know, that being said, I don't want to share the rates on how much exactly we paid, but I feel like it was a reasonable rate. I feel like it was a reasonable price. What you think compared to the $8,000, $9,000 quotes we were hearing?
I mean, I think it was cool. I mean, it was fine. Like, you know, the price was cool. I could always go cheaper, but you know,
It's a lot cheaper.
The thing about it is that I was a little skeptical of the process. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I don't know these people, and they about to be bringing our stuff all the way over here. So I was very adamant on our stuff getting over here safely and not damaged and all of that. So after Sam found the guy in the Facebook group, they started doing communication or whatever, and luckily we were already going to the States for something anyway. So he was like, hey, I can come pick it up and, you know, on this day, and then it'll be at your house in Merida on this day. And we was like, okay, cool. It
sounded super crazy when I first heard it, but like he was like adamant, like, yeah, we're gonna come directly to your storage unit and pick it up. I thought I was gonna have to get a truck and meet him at the border, and then his people would take it from the border and bring it over. No. Came all the way to Houston to the storage unit. They loaded everything up from the storage unit. We got some footage we'll show. They loaded everything up from the storage unit and they brought it straight to Merida, to our house, woke us up out of our sleep with bagging the truck up, delivering our items to us.
So when they first got there, like it was 2 guys. It was a big like shuttle, and then it was a trailer connected to that. And so they pulled up to the storage unit, and I was wondering, I was like, dang, they ain't got no help. It's just them. They ain't need no help. They came in, they saw, they was like, this what you need to move? Okay, didn't ask no questions. They started taking everything that we needed. They asked us to make a list of all the inventory. And everything we said we wanted to take, they started loading it up in the van, loading it up in the trailer. And it didn't take them a long time either. I think because
I was helping. Me and my cousin were helping. So they were older gentlemen, and you could tell like if it was just them, you know, it probably would have took them a little bit longer. Not too long though, but we were kind of like in a time crunch. We were trying to get ready to get out of there. So once they came and seen everything and knew they had enough space, we just was running everything down, you know, so they can just load it in. Like, we don't need y'all doing too much work. I done already drove to the storage unit. We trying to get y'all boys back on the road so y'all can meet us in Mexico when we get there. And
so they put everything in the trailer nice and neat. Everything was stacked good. Like, we even had saran wrap. Some things we had to saran wrap. Like, I have a full of the mirror over here. And that we moved TVs, we moved like all of our baby stuff, we moved like clothes, shoes, fragile. This ring light that we using right now, we moved that. So everything was, some things I was like, you know, ooh, I hope it come, but it came perfectly fine and nothing was wrong with it.
yeah, everything came, nothing was broke, like dented, cracked, scraped, nothing. Everything was like just how it was put in the truck. You know, and the price they told me was the price at the end. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't give me all your money up front and then, you know what I'm saying, we'll deliver it. Nah, it wasn't nothing like that. It was professional from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I did think, I was like, I hope that they don't come with that, like, oh, it's gonna be this much up front, and then when they get to the border, I was scared the whole time. I was like, man, I really hope our stuff get through the border. I don't know why, but I just felt like they was gonna, you know, try to pull something at the last minute, like, yeah, your stuff at the border, we're gonna need another $2,000. I was scared of that.
Man, everybody and their mama was recommending him on Facebook. So if you're in the Facebook group for expats and you're like looking and searching for people to move your products, you're gonna see his name. I think it's David something, but yeah, you'll see it. Everybody recommends him, and then when he comments and say, hey, my team can help you, it's like 20 people like his comment, like, yo, this the guy you need to use. You know what I'm saying? His company is legit, they're the truth. He move you from everywhere. He be in all different states, and he moved you all around Mexico. So it was a pretty cool process, and I felt like that was something we need to share, because I know a lot of people come to Mexico and feel like, oh man, I gotta leave all my stuff behind, or y'all paying storage unit fees for, you know what I'm saying, 6 months, 8 months, a year, and y'all can get that stuff over here that y'all want.
Yeah, our storage unit fee was an expense that we was ready to be done with, okay? Like, when we moved out of our place, like I said, we still had a few things that we just didn't want to part with, and we just couldn't part with. So we was like, we got to figure out a way to get this to Mexico, because if we're going to be in Mexico, all of our stuff needs to be there too, because that storage unit was whooping our behinds, okay? That was an expense that we did not want to pay anymore, so we had to figure something out.
Yeah, so we were able to reach out to somebody, man, and it was like a quick process. I hit him up, told him the dates. When those dates came, he confirmed the dates, told me the people was gonna contact me. They contacted me, sent me their location, told me what time they'll arrive. I met them there. They loaded it, and they reached out to me like, hey, you know, we'll be arriving at your house this time on this day, and they was here. They was here. It was like 8 a.m. they arrived.
Yeah, for us, like, I wouldn't say prices, but like variations, like durations of the move and stuff may vary, but for us, it didn't take that long. Literally, we loaded everything up. They came to pick everything up on Sunday. On Tuesday morning, let me take that back. They came to Houston. They met us in Houston to pick everything up on Sunday.
Afternoon, night? Was it night?
Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. And then on Tuesday, that following Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 8 a.m. they was at our door in Merida, like, here's your stuff here, and literally helped us
running it in the house.
Move everything inside the house. Like, it was A1 service.
Even took me to the ATM because I didn't have pesos to finish, so they loaded me up in the truck. I'm not saying they're gonna do that for everybody, but that's something I had discussed with them prior. Like, yo, you know, he had multiple different payment ways. You can pay him through Wise or, you know, something like that. But I wanted to give him cash because Wise was acting crazy. So. And
for us, we had to pay half up front when they picked it up, and then half when we get, like, at the end when they dropped it off. So that's why Sam had to go and get cash and stuff. But I mean, overall, the process of, you know, shipping our stuff down here is cool. We wanted to put this video out to let y'all know, if y'all, you know, this is something that's like hindering y'all from moving from America to another country, or especially Mexico, then don't worry about that. Like, that's something small. You can always move your stuff from America to Mexico by finding one of these services that Sam found that can help you.
Some people, they use the cargo options on planes. They get 25 suitcases, but some people like us, that's just too much. That's a lot. That's a hassle. So a lot of people are like, man, I really want to move to Mexico, but just 2 suitcases ain't enough. I got way more valuable items than these 2 suitcases they allow it. So that being said, don't fear. Reach out to somebody who can, you know what I'm saying, help you migrate those things that you care so much about over here with you so you can start your new life in Mexico with everything you love and care about. Because I will tell you this, people tell you you don't need a lot of stuff in Mexico, but the things you do love and the things that you have grown accustomed to will be hard to find over here or will cost you a lot more money than it cost you in the state, if that makes sense. So
for example, what you think?
Like electronics. So if you got laptops, if you got drones, if you have camera equipment, that type of stuff is probably going to cost you twice as much if you can find exactly what you already have. So to me, it don't make sense to sell the stuff that you already have for a reasonable price to come over here and buy it at a more expensive rate. You know what I'm saying? You can just bring that stuff with you. But some people, they rather buy it all over again, but that ain't my thing over here. Stuff is super expensive and it don't have to be. So if you got it already, make sure you bring it.
And not even just the price, but just to be comfortable. We did move to Mexico, but we are still Americans. A lot of stuff that we, use in our everyday life and have been using our whole life, we kind of need that, It's a process of just changing over from American to Mexican,
Yeah, we definitely I feel like we starting to adopt more, local customs than we did before. Like the first time we wanted our American everything. Now we're more like willing to try different Mexican products, but you want to try them on your time. You don't want to be forced into trying something you're not ready to try. So you want to have the things that you're used to until you grow into the new things that you're ready to try, if that makes sense. So we got our seasonings, we got everything you can think of, man. We didn't win and got, so.
We got everything we need, so.
I wish we could have put more stuff inside the trailer because we be thinking like, damn, man, I wish we had a Swiffer sweeper over here, darn it.
Yeah, it was a lot of, it was a few things that, like, when our stuff made it to Merida, like, safely, I was like, dang, in this case, shoot, we could have put a whole bunch of other stuff.
Storage containers.
Yeah, everything.
Like little totes, yeah.
Yeah, so we just want to give this video to y'all to let y'all know that if you're thinking about moving to Merida, but you're worried about your stuff and you're like, oh, I don't want to leave it, don't worry about it. There's somebody that can help you get everything that you need to Mexico, if that's what you want.
You ain't even got to worry about Merida, Mexico in general. He said he'd go all around Mexico. So, his people is tapped in and well connected and well respected. They can get on through this terrain. So, don't fear moving and migrating somewhere new because you feel like you won't have your things. There are resources available so you can continue to live a life that you're used to living the way you're used to living it at a more affordable price.
So I hope this video was helpful for someone or maybe a lot of people. So as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
And make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss no upcoming videos. And until next time, peace.